Hi everyone. I put together a quick little journal, little mini art journal today, and I thought I would just play in it a little bit and add some things and see if I can't include some of these little doodle tapes I made the other day, and just show you guys. I mean, I'm just going to use them just like I would use any other washi tape. So I just think it'll be fun though, and so I'm going to scoot those back for now. I wanted to show you I did make a couple of new ones today, just to have some different ones. I didn't have very many pinks in that original set, so I made a couple of different pink shades, and I did some more teal. I like teal a lot. So this one I did on a 1-inch tape, and this is using a Posca pen. And this one is using that little Faber-Castell fine pit pen, the small point. And then just some brown tones. Here's a yellow. I didn't have anything that was just yellow by itself, so I thought, well, in case I need anything like that, I'll have it. So those are the few new ones that I scribbled out real quick, and it was fun. So yeah, I'm going to see about possibly using those in this little book. This cover is just a piece of a file folder that I had glued down a jelly print to, and I did this ages ago, and I just found it. I've been cleaning up, and I found it in a bin of some stuff that needed to be put away or sorted out, and I thought that's perfect for a little journal. I'm going to use that. So you can see inside it's just file folder. And then I grabbed some little scraps of scrapbook paper, mostly scrapbook paper. And actually this one is also scrapbook paper, and I backed it with this lighter weight paper. I'll hold them up here so you can maybe see it a little bit more clearly. This one is also scrapbook paper. It was double-sided. And this is scrapbook paper, and I glued on a piece of graph paper. This is scrapbook paper that I have not done anything to. This is an envelope. It's just a piece of junk mail, and I decided to just stick that in the middle of this little one signature journal. And this colored paper, I put it on before I sewed in the book, is a free paper off of pixabay.com, and I thought that was so pretty, and I liked the light tones of it. Just beautiful. I don't know if you can see the swirls on there. This side you can't see them so well, but on the other side you can see them more clearly. They're a little bit darker, some of them are. So I really liked it, and I just printed it out and glued it down. Here's the rest of it. Let's see. Well, I thought it was laying right here. Yeah, here it is. Here's the rest of it. It has some more colored bits on it, and the bottom edge was a little bit more plain, so I wanted to go for that because I'm going to be adding some things on top. But anyway, that's the piece, and I thought it was really pretty. You can find so many nice things on Pixabay, so use that, take advantage of it, you know. So that's a little envelope anyway, and so I covered one side in the paper, and then I punched on that same side. I did the little used my circle punch to put a little notch there before I sewed it in. It's much easier to punch those before you've sewed them in because you only have a limited amount of space this way. So. And I wanted to tell you something too. The front of this envelope, it was like a return envelope, and so it had an address on it. And the address was really dark. I mean, you can see some of the lines on this envelope, the stamp mark and the barcodes and stuff. You can see some of that through, and I didn't mind that. It's not too bold, but the address that was on here was really, really bold. So I thought about taking some paint and covering it up. And I thought, well, I didn't want to really wet it and get it all wrinkly. And so I wanted to show you what I used because it worked out great and it stayed dry and everything. I just used the whiteout tape. And it just went right over that address, and it was gone in white. And then when I put this down, you can't see it at all. So if you don't want to get your paper wet or wrinkled and you need to cover something like that and make it white, that's a good option. So anyway, I have this little book, and I thought I would just kind of add a few things to it and just play around. I just kind of was in the mood to play, and don't have any plan in mind. This journal has no theme at all other than just fun. So I thought I would just play and have a good time. I wanted to show you, my granddaughter gave me an envelope. She got a birthday card in the mail the other day, and the card had a beautiful hummingbird on the card, but the envelope was printed too, and so she brought me her envelope in case, she said, in case I can use it in my art. And I said, of course I'll use that in my art, you know it. So I'm going to put that in here. I think this page will be perfect because the background is yellow. And look at this. This was not planned at all. Look at how that fits right on the corner. And look, the inside of the envelope is still there. And it can just perfectly be a pocket right there in that corner. I just think that's cool because it wasn't planned, you know. So I'm going to just kind of trim around it a little bit. I might just glue it down instead of making a pocket because I do want to kind of eliminate some of this. So maybe I'll just glue it to the corner. I do have pockets for where the envelope is, so I may just go ahead and glue it down. So I'll just kind of do that loose, fussy cutting. And there's some numbers that are stamped here from the post office, I guess. And that's kind of cool. It looks like something we would just stamp on there anyway. So I think that's pretty awesome. That's just so sweet. That was just meant to be perfect. You can't even tell the difference between the color on the page and the color in the background. I mean, man, that is really perfect. I love it. Okay. So I'm going to just randomly be going through here and adding things as I see them. I've got a little box full of stuff that I've just been dropping things in here from time to time. I'll just drop little bits of things. And see, like there's some little bits of papers in here. So I may use some of those. Let's see. I mean, there's just all kinds of little things. Die cuts, thread, buttons, stickers. Oh, here's a bird I cut out of a book. That'll be good on this. That'll be good on this, in this size book, this size journal. So, I mean, I don't know what all of this I might want to use, but it will be fun to have some things laying out that that might catch my eye, in other words, and that I could include in my book. This is off of some product packaging. I don't remember what now, but that and this was on some, maybe some markers or something. I'm not sure. But it was so pretty, I just kept it and I threw it in this little box, so. Okay. Well, we'll just kind of look around and see what we have and what we can use where. But I do want to use that little chickadee. That's sweet. Maybe on one of these smaller pages. Ooh, he might be cute here. Let's see. He's kind of cute. On the page with the branches. That's nice. Okay. May even be cute here. That's kind of cute too with the darker colors up there. I think I like him there with this little branch going this way. The one on this side, yeah, it's a little too far off the page, but this side works a little bit better. I mean, I know he's on his own branch, but I like the way this branch is coming out right below. It's kind of sweet. I found this little piece of, another piece of scrapbook paper, and it's got a little white flower on it. So I was thinking I might tear this out and see if it can go on the page. Someplace. Making it a little bit smaller. Okay, that's kind of cute. That's cute. Now let's see, I've got some brown washi that I could like put along the edge here. It's kind of cute. Or got this one. This is kind of nice. It brings in some dark elements too. Okay, I'm going to use a piece of this. And it tears just like washi tape does, so that's kind of handy. You can cut it or tear it. That's really cute. See, and it's just transparent. You can see all of this brown paper from that picture underneath the tape there. That is cute. That is so fun. And you know what's really cool about it too is that if you're making a page and you don't have store-bought washi that will match something, you can make your own. Just find your markers and your paint or whatever and find the color that matches that, you know, what you need, and just make your own washi tape. So I think that's really cool. All right, and then I'll may come back and put some words or something on here, but I think that's kind of fun. All right, let's see. This looks kind of cute on here. Let's see, I might want to make a little cluster of things to go on this side. Kind of like this one. I think I'll use some of this, and I will also trim it down just a little bit so that it's not quite so wide. And then I'll have this little skinny piece to use on something else. I like this one, I think, because of the contrast. The others seem to be too blendy and matchy-matchy. But I like the contrast of that. And it brings out the black that's on the bird over here. So I think that's pretty cool. Hey, it's fun to use these. And it's fun to have something different than the ones, you know, that you've been looking at when you're looking at all your store-bought ones. It's nice to have a whole bunch of new ones in different patterns, you know. Okay, so I'm liking that. Let's go back this way a little. Let's see, what do we have? All right, this is another paper that I printed off of pixabay.com, and I just reduced the size of it when I went to print it. It fits real well on this half of the envelope, which is pretty cool. I think I'll trim it just a little bit, and then I'll draw a border around it, but I'll draw the border on the envelope because it's not quite big enough to cover the envelope. So while we're here today, I don't want to forget, I wanted to share with you guys that I have a couple of new printables. They're already in my Etsy store, and I want to show you guys what they look like. And I might use a little bit of this one that I'm about to show you. I might use some of it in this book because I'm noticing the colors are kind of similar. But anyway, this is the first one that I made with a bunch of scraps of some gift wraps and some tissue papers and just some fun stuff, and glued it all down, and I loved it so much I decided to put it in my shop so that you guys can have some of those bits too that you see me using from time to time, some of these little gift wraps and things. So this is one of the ones that is in my shop, and the other one looks a little different. This is it. I know my camera's a little bit close, but I think you can pretty much get the gist of what this one is. It's a little bit more on the vintagey side, although it's not completely. You would not have to make a vintage page out of this if you didn't want to, or if that wasn't your vibe. You could certainly use it as a greens, teals, yellows sort of page. So I just loved how this one turned out also. And if I have time in this video, I may stop and use this in another project just to use some little bits of it. So getting back to this one though, because I'm thinking about this book and I'm thinking about these colors, how much they match. I have it printed out in a couple of different sizes, so I'm not sure what size I'll use, but I printed it out in different sizes. That way you can get, if you're doing something really tiny, you know, like you may have a journal that's smaller than this, or you're making a tag that's really tiny. If you print them out smaller, you can use them as a small graphic. So I just wanted to point that out in case you guys hadn't thought about that. But I think I want to use this corner right here. I really like how that looks. I'm not sure where I want to put it though. Let's see. Maybe over here, but not there. No, not there. Not there. Maybe here. I like that corner a lot with the bird and all on it. So, thinking that that could possibly work there. Have to trim it just a little bit. Let's see. Maybe this size would work better. No, that's not what I want. Okay, I think I'm going to stick with this one. I'm going to cut it down and see if I can get it, make it work for that side right there. I don't know how much of this I need, so I'm just going to trim a little bit and hopefully keep it relatively straight. You know, that's a challenge for me, right? Okay, so let's try that. And, okay, so I cut it shorter here because I didn't want to cut into the little label right here. So I wanted to make it a little bit short to bypass that label. So let me cut these edges off here. I may need to cut a little bit more off of the top, but it won't matter about the this because I can use washi tape here, which I'm excited to be using, as you know. Okay, so that's there. And yeah, I'll just trim it off just a tiny bit at the top after I get it glued down. Isn't that cute? I think that's so sweet. Oh, love it. Okay, now this one of course would look good there because of all the black. It's not quite long enough, but I've got some of that other this little bit I could fill in if I wanted to. But that's kind of sweet. That's actually really nice. Sometimes things look better when you look at them in the camera, you know. I know you've all experienced that when you take pictures of your layouts. Yeah, I really like that. I'm going to have to make more of this tape, I guess. So I am using it right up. Okay, see, that was such a quick little page. I love that. Wonderful. Okay, so that's one more page pretty much complete. It's got the words and everything. Man, I love that. That's so fun. All right, this is a little penny black sticker that I had in that little box, and it looks so cute. I think I'm going to put it here on this page. It matches well and just looks adorable. And I love quick and easy. I'm just going to put him right in the corner. So sweet. Okay. Now, what's next? Not sure. Let's see. I did have a little quote I liked that I found in a little quote book. And I think I want to just cut it apart to put on my page, put in my book. I'm not sure where just yet, but I'm just going to cut it apart and and then I'll decide. I found a piece of scrapbook paper that, believe it or not, it's a scrap and it fits exactly. These are the things you kind of know are meant to be, guys. It fits perfectly right there. So I think that would be nice, soft page to have this quote on. I think on this pocket, I'm gonna add my little yellow flower from my Garden Elements printable. I think that looks really sweet there and helps bring out all the yellows and golds on that paper. I love that. That looks really sweet. Okay. Okay. And then, let's see, over here, I was thinking about putting these little butterflies that came off of a napkin. I thought that might look pretty on that page. There we go. Not too bad. It's a little challenging to do it that way, but it went down okay. That looks really cute on there. I like that. I think I was going to put this little bird on this page. I kind of like how that looks. The blues, it just looks really nice. Okay. And maybe a piece of this at the bottom. That almost looks like little treetops down there. So that's kind of cool. Okay. Okay, I cut a strip off of the medium size print of my printable. I cut a little strip off of the end, and I'm going to put it on a page right here and make just make a little pocket. I think that looks really sweet there with the hummingbird on the other side. I've got this little stamped bird that I found in my stash, already cut out and everything. So I believe he needs to be used, and I think he'll look really cute on this page, just to sit there and look adorable. I want to give him something to stand on. I was thinking about this piece of crumpled brown paper. May put just a little bit of that at the bottom here, and it'll just give him a place to stand. Well, my video was getting a little bit long, so I decided to go ahead and finish up my little mini journal off camera, but I wanted to do a little flip through for you and show you how it all turned out. Okay, so here's the first page. So it's just, you know, the butterflies from the napkin and some words and a little bit of my doodle tapes that I put all around the page. So here are these two. By having a nice background paper, I was able to just put quotes on some of these, so it worked out pretty good. It ended up being like little positive quotes type of journal, so I love it. Really, really happy with it. I loved that this quote was in the green and purple, so it went well on this green page, and then I was able to put some of my little purple doodle tapes on there, and I love how that worked out. Okay, and then this is the little hummingbird that I had showed you before from my granddaughter's envelope. And on this side I had made a pocket, and here I just wrote a little note about what, how I came about getting that, and I tucked it inside, and then I stamped and colored a little bit on these little butterflies. And this one, I added one more little leaf over here, and I doodled a little in the corner and added some of my tapes up there with a little quote too. And of course I love this one. I figured if I was saying hello to a new day, that it was time for coffee. So that worked out great. And so that's one of my little cups from my coffee printable. And these words are just from magazines and brochures and whatever. And then I just took a marker and drew some diagonal lines here where I had put the horizontal line for the tabletop. And that way the tabletop kind of stood out a little bit more from the background. This one is just simply a chunk that I cut out of the this first printable that I had showed you guys. Just cut a chunk out and put it on the page. It had its own little word. It was perfect. Didn't have to do anything else. Okay, this is that first little envelope pocket. And I added some words to the little tag that says make time. And added a little bit at the bottom of this page, the little label with the little bird sticker on it. I thought was sweet. And then I stamped a little bit of honeycomb, you know, pattern in the background. Added this little bee stamp. Okay, and then this one I put some words on. A little hard to read on camera, but it says just be you. And I cut that out of an old desk calendar. And then I just doodled a little bit of a leafy branch at the bottom there to help fill in the page. You guys saw this one when I made it. I added a little quote here to this one, and then I added a tag on this side of, in this pocket, and that's one more of those little flowers from my Garden Elements printable. And this is just some tissue paper with some text on it that I just tore up and stuck in various spots. Used the same background that I used on this one, that same piece of scrapbook paper scrap. Couldn't get my words out there for a second. All right, and then on this one I added another piece of that background paper like was over here, and I found a little image from a catalog and I stuck that on. I added some of my little doodle tapes up here at the top, and rub on words here, and just added a flower at the bottom. I mean, these are just so simple that it's just fun to create them because they're easy and quick, and the pages are so tiny, you know. It's kind of like making a Rolodex card. So I really had a good time. Okay, this one I just stamped some little circles using a pen cap or some little pen cap I think that I had in my box of mark making tools. And then I punched an oval, scalloped oval with a punch-it that I have. I punched that out of tissue paper and I glued that on. And then I made a little pot out of some printed paper and stuck one of my other little garden element flowers in that. And I thought that turned out real sweet too. This one is just like a mishmash of a couple of pieces of this printable. And I think it worked out real well. I added some additional washi tape here and here and covered up the seam, and it worked out really great. Actually, over here I think I added some too. Yes, right here, and right here is the extra tape, and the rest of it was printed on the printable. And I can still come back and add something there if I want to. Maybe I'll put another little label there or something. Who knows? Bird. You know, I made sure I included some birds and some coffee and all those things that I enjoy. And a dragonfly, of course. This was another piece. Actually, this is this much of the printable sheet. I left this area of the page showing because it was very colorful and it worked out perfectly with the colors going on the pages, so I left it. And then I added a dragonfly on top. And you guys saw me make this one. And this one I hadn't finished yet, but the only thing I did was I added an additional piece of the doodle tape right here, and I stamped a little bit of script in the background. Then this one, I added a little bit more book text right here because it was blank there, real white. So I added some more of that. I added a little flower. And then on the inside, I added an image that I had cut out of either a magazine or a catalog, either one or the other. And I stamped on this little tag that I had coffee stained. And I added a piece of my doodle tape in the corners right here and here. And then on the last page, I used some letter stickers that I had. And they are so old, you guys. They're probably 15 years old. So, of course, I had to add some glue to make sure that they stuck. I tried sticking them down and they were peeling up, so I did have to go back and glue them. But I just stuck those down and kind of scribbly outlined them, and then just wrote the rest of my little quote at the bottom. So I may come back and put something on the inside covers. I may not. I may leave it like that just to remind myself of what I made it from. Because seeing this manila color here, I'll know that I made it out of a piece of file folder. But it was just so much fun, and I really enjoyed bringing you guys along for that. And I wanted to remind you too that when you use these printables, you know, you end up with a lot of extra little bits and pieces, and those work great just to put on tags or in your journals, you know, when you need a little bit of something. I mean, you could cut little strips of this and it would look like washi tape. So it's just so usable. So don't throw out your scraps when you have little bits and pieces like this, because they will definitely come in handy for little projects like this, or for little tags, or any way that you want to use them. Just glue them down and make them part of some of your collage pages that you make. But I enjoyed using this printable. I enjoyed using these little doodle tapes that I created, and I hope you guys will be doing some of these too, because they really are a whole lot of fun. And I'm sorry I did not have time to create something with this printable, but I do want to do that, and so I'll try to remember to make a video. Maybe I'll make one of those little pinch of play videos, and I can create something, because I have something in mind, and so I wanted to show you what it was, but time just ran short, and I wanted to go ahead and get this video out, and I'll come back to this in a future video. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this today, and like I said, I had a ton of fun creating and sharing this with you, and we will see you again soon in the next video. So take care everyone. Bye-bye.